Mr. Malu, what's your takeaway? Of course, there is a pre-existing diversification. We have 40 plus suppliers. There's increased non-Hormuz routing, but still there were some shortcomings that were at play. How do we overcome those?
Well, India, usually imports 90% of its oil and gas requirements, with the 50% of that coming from Strait of Hormuz. Now, in an eventuality such as this, where the war has taken place and India's energy supply is still safe but less, and the price of crude is going up, India needs to draw a lesson and really pick on from here to so as to secure the energy supplies for future such eventualities. And in any case, it's an awakening for India to actually take up self-sufficiency in energy more seriously. It's something that is not that well taken care of in India. There are various things the Indian government can do to secure energy supplies for the future and for to avoid such chaos from happening, such as what's happening right now in case of LPG shortage and restaurants and houses not able to cook. Well, few things that they can do is increase exploration of energy blocks and energy within the Indian shores and offshore and near the shores, so as to increase their reserve size and be self-sufficient to a larger degree. We struck oil and gas in Andaman and various other places. Gujarat in the past, Rajasthan Kane was a finding. So we can definitely aim to look at more blocks within Indian shores and offshore, just near the shore, for India to be self-reliant in energy. We can actually acquire overseas blocks of oil and gas
Yep.
in various countries where they're available for Indian PSUs such as OVL, ONGC, HPCL, IOCL, and BPCL to look at. They can be directed to look at blocks overseas to increase their capacity and import their own natural gas which is owned by them. This is a part of energy self-sufficiency, and a lot of countries are taking this route. A lot of wars that have happened in the past in the Gulf and other places because the conspiracy theory says it's due to oil. Oil is a necessary commodity, gas is a necessary commodity, and we need to be self-sufficient, and we can do it legally, financially through acquiring blocks in foreign countries. We can get into more offtake agreements with governments of other countries, not just depend on Iran and the Middle East and the Strait of Hormuz for the rest of the supply, 90% of the supply, and look at other options which are nearby, such as Southeast Asia, Africa. And if it comes down to it, I know the cost of transportation will be high, but even South America and North America.
Yep.
It is important to diversify and not put all your eggs in one basket and not depend on the Middle East. If this tension is to continue for a long time, we have to anyway do that. We can increase the local storage capacity, and we can import oil and LPG, LNG, and store it locally. Increase that capacity. I believe.
LPG storage is a big question. LPG storage is a big question mark at this point in time. But you're absolutely right. In the eventuality of a longer conflict, all of these, from diplomacy to defense to energy,